Will your government stay open? The clock is running on a deal. President Trump warning a shutdown will be devastating for the military. Democrats pushing for a DACA fix if they want any votes on the funding agreement. Doesn't look like that's going to happen, at least not this week. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell tweeting this: with no imminent deadline on immigration and with bipartisan talks well underway, there is no reason why Congress should hold government funding hostage. Louisiana Senator John Kennedy is on the Senate Budget Committee. Sir, how are you? And good morning. Welcome back.
I'm well, and good morning to you too, Bill.
Where do we stand on the Senate side, sir? Do you have the votes or not?
It depends on the Democrats. I mean, the facts are pretty clear. We don't have a budget. Everybody else in America has a budget. The United States government doesn't. We want to put together a budget. At a bare minimum, we want to do a continuing resolution to keep government open. And the Democrats say that what's more important to them than keeping government open is amnesty. And I hope that the Democrats give in. I think for them to shut down the federal government would be a disservice to the American people. I think some of my friends on the Democratic side think the American people are stupid. That they're not. The American people may not read Aristotle every day, but they understand what's going on. The Democrats are prepared to shut down government because they want amnesty. Now, I mean, it's in my opinion, they're just wrong, and it's totally dysfunctional. But we'll know. We'll know by this time tomorrow.
Based on that answer, you need 9 votes from Democrats.
Well, we may need more. We may need more, Bill. I mean, there's some Republicans that are talking about voting against the CR. I hope it's just talk, but we could need more.
Do you think you have 9 votes from the Democratic side?
Don't know. Don't know. It depends on. I don't mean any.
Sorry, you say no or you don't know?
No, we don't know, and I don't mean any disrespect to my Democratic friends, but I don't know whether they're going to come to their senses or not. Look, Senator McConnell's right. I don't always agree with Mitch, but he's right. But we have plenty of time to continue to discuss immigration. But there's more to the subject of immigration than amnesty. And there are things like border security and a wall. Yes, we do need a portion of the border to be walled off. And there's a discussion of sanctuary cities, and we need to talk about adopting an immigration system based on merit, like Canada and like Australia. And we need to talk about the diversity visa lottery, which I don't know, whoever came up with that idea is dumb as a brick.
It's a lot. The president sent out this tweet on the shutdown. Just put the tweet up, guys. Government shutdowns devastating our military, something the Dems care very little about. In your conversations with your counterparts on the left, do you think there's a desire to give this president a victory on anything?
Of course not. I mean, look, the leftist Democratic base has white-hot hatred for President Trump. There is nothing he can do that they would approve of. They are putting a lot of pressure on the Democrats in the Senate. Look, many of the Democrats, they're all smart people. They know it's silly and worse to shut government down over the issue of amnesty. But they're worried about being primary. They're worried about their base. And a lot of this is just politics. And we're playing with people's lives. The American people, but also the people out there who work for the government, who keep us safe and who keep the roads functioning,
but and
who keep our schools open.
Some of those senators are in states where President Trump did really well. I mean, that has to be a consideration.
And they may come aboard, and I hope they do. And I really want them to come aboard. And if they do come aboard, as they should, you're not going to hear me declaring a political victory. What I'm going to do is thank them for doing their job. Now, I know they see it differently, but this is about politics right now, and I'm not naive. Politics is in everybody's blood up here. I get that. I got in trouble one time for saying politics in D.C. is in everybody's blood, kind of like herpes, but it's true. I mean, people up here just live and breathe it, and sometimes they forget about the American people. And I think American people do not want to see government shut down, certainly not over the issue of amnesty.
Senator, appreciate your time and your candor.
bet, Bill.
You are one of a kind. But based on
I don't know
this-
whether that's good or bad, but
You can decide that.
I had a friend who always used to say, "Here's my advice: be yourself, unless you suck." So I'm myself.
We'll mark you down for that, Senator. Thank you so much, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Candid